Hey there, everybody. My name is Joyce Omondi, and today on CITAM Church Online, I just want to remind you that God has your back. I'm sure many of you have childhood memories of your older brother, really just, or your older sister, an older sibling, having your back, right? Maybe there's a kid in the estate who used to bully you or something, or for others, it could be your parents, like your dad is your childhood hero. And in many ways, I think that's exactly how we need to be looking at God, particularly in a moment like this. Our bully is this COVID-19, right? It's this pandemic that is taking away incomes, it's taking away businesses, or at least threatening them for the moment. But I want to remind us that just as we had, we looked up to our siblings and our parents and our older cousins to take care of us, God is doing the exact same thing for us. And Paul even talks about God in a similar manner, I would say, in Romans chapter 8, verse 28, which says, "And we know that God causes everything to work out together for the good of those who love God and are called according to his purpose for them." That's Romans 8:28. And I love how this, you have to boil down to the words all things, or that phrase all things, not some things, not a few things, not these ones with the exception of, no, all things work out together for good. And so then, one of the questions then is, well, how can God bring something good out of a disastrous situation? In answering this question, it's important for us to think about his ultimate purpose for us as his creation, and that is to be conformed into the likeness of himself, to be conformed into the likeness of Christ, into the image of Jesus. That is what he desires of us, because that is then when we are truly his own, right? That's the whole essence of being a disciple of Jesus Christ. So what does this bring out? Well, it helps us develop our character. It is about solidifying our hope, and it is also about strengthening our perseverance. The truth is, we only know how strong something is until it's tested. Once it's tested and it's gone through some sort of examination is when you're able to assess whether this thing is strong or not. And in fact, we can look to Jesus and see that he actually went through the same thing. He was tested, and because he came out of it, he demonstrated strength, and that is exactly what we as his children and as his brothers and sisters, really the heirs of the kingdom, can also draw from him. One of the things this pandemic is going to bring to light is that perhaps we've been thinking that we're stronger than we are, right? Perhaps we've been thinking that we have this thing called life all together. Perhaps we've been thinking that, our degrees are sufficient, or the connections that we've made, have been all that we need, or it's a certain amount of money in the bank. I think on a spiritual level as well, this pandemic perhaps is bringing to light to us that, hey, maybe our level of faith we thought was over here, turns out it's actually over here, right? And there's work to do in as far as us building our faith, building our trust, building our reliance and our dependence on Jesus Christ. And so clearly we're in a situation where all of these notions that we had are being tested beyond the limits that we thought we had. And now we're able to see where we're really at, right? Like we're getting the real picture of things. But you know what? I don't want this to discourage you. In fact, it should encourage you all the more to keep chasing after God, to keep seeking him, because we will never attain that level of perfection. If anything, this should remind us how much we need God every day, all the time, every second, rain, sunshine, corona, no corona, we will always need to depend and to rely on God. And so I want to encourage you guys, I want to encourage myself to keep pressing on, to hold on to Jesus and to hold on to Him tighter than we've ever done before, right? Because when we come out on the other side, when we're finally through this whole thing, I want to believe that we're going to be absolutely amazed. This whole thing won't just have been a tragic experience or a difficult season of our lives. It just won't be one of those, hush hush stories we're going to tell our grandchildren. No, this is going to be a time where we'll be able to testify of the goodness of God. We're going to be able to talk about how, before this corona, let it be that we even say, if it had not been for corona, such and such would not have happened in my life. That is where we need to be. That is the level of faith that I think God wants us to have, because He promises that all things, this pandemic included, all things work together for good for those who love God and are called according to His purpose. So what should you be doing in this season? Loving God, chasing after Him, seeking Him, and then just let Him do His bit and prove Himself faithful. So be encouraged, my friends. Jesus is still on the throne. All right. Let me know what you thought about this. You can reach us on our social media platforms at CITAM Church Online. Also, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and of course to like, comment, and share this video. I'd really appreciate it. Until next time, God bless you. Stay safe. It is well. Ciao.